helps to take care of our giraffe herd. And as you can see, I'm joined by Lakipia. Didn't quite get the memo about Labor Day, so we are still anxiously awaiting baby 201. If you guys want to watch her, she is on camera every night. If you go to cmzoo.org/birthcare, you guys can join me in watching her. Every night we are seeing a couple more signs that she might be getting closer. So she's starting to look a little bit more swollen on her back end, which is a little bit exciting for us. So we are starting to see a couple of more changes. So that is super fun. We actually called Jason and let him know about that this morning, so Jason's in the loop as well. Just to fill you guys in a little bit too, so if you guys have been watching and following 201 Tuesdays, Diana, Kayla, Rachel, and myself are the keepers who work in the area, and Jason is our animal care manager, and Bob is our CEO, and they really stepped in and helped us out when we were super swamped in taking care of little Miss Penny and some of our other giraffes, and they were able to step in and fill it. So now that we're back to having our regular days and we can have the time to fill you in on Lakipia, we can let those guys be freed up to run the zoo, which is pretty exciting. So they definitely come down and stay super involved, but we'll be probably taking over most of the 201 Tuesdays and the birth announcements and things like that. So back to business per usual for us. But like we said, this is Lakipia, and one simple way to tell her apart, she's got that really dark face, and we've also been painting her toes blue. So if you guys come to the zoo, you guys can tell that she is the mom-to-be because she's got those blue toes on her. But we've heard that there's quite a few questions that are out there, so we'd like to try to answer those for you guys today. So Kelsey's going to read them off, and we'll try to do the best that I can.
Have you seen movement from the calf?
Have you seen movement from the calf? So a lot of people have reported that too, especially the people who watch her overnight. They've seen a lot of the baby moving. I've seen it happen like 2 or 3 times, but most of the time during the day, that baby's probably sleeping. So we don't see a whole lot of movement. She is a first-time mom, so her belly's a little bit tighter than Muziki's, who was on baby number 5. So she's really tight. When we do the ultrasounds and things like that, it is hard to feel something, but she's just more of a solid giraffe.
Do you know what the sex is?
We don't know what this sex is. So Lakipia has actually been really hard for us to even see the baby on the ultrasound. So usually it's pretty easy. But because her belly is so tight and she's got such a thick layer of skin, it's actually been harder for us to be able to monitor the pregnancies like we have been with some of our other giraffes. So we don't know the sex. That would be really, really interesting if anybody could figure that out. But most of the ultrasound machines that are out there, human grade, human kind of skin and not that really thick giraffe skin.
What time of day does a giraffe usually give birth?
That's a good question too. She asked, what time of day do giraffe usually give birth? And that is just like people. It's all day or all night. There's no real set time. It just happens when it happens. You can't really predict that kind of stuff.
How are we going to decide on names?
So historically here at the zoo, we wait 30 days before we name any of our animals. It's just kind of our superstitious tradition. And we did make an exception for Penny, but we don't have plans right now to name baby Lakipia until he or she, I don't know, is at least 30 days old. So we'll probably have a lot of discussions on how we want to do that, but we won't actually have a name for the calf until it's at least 30 days old.
What is the gestation time for a giraffe? Where is it?
So giraffes can be pregnant for 14 to 16 months, and we are right smack dab in the middle of that gestation window for what we think was Lakipia's breeding date. So the last breeding dates that we had on record were June 3rd and 4th. So she is right in the middle of that 14 and a half to almost 15 month window. So it should literally be any day, any minute now.
What should we expect to see before and after the birth?
So the one thing that we will be really watching for is her to be standing a little bit further apart with her back legs and her tail to be going straight out. So sometimes we'll start to see those contractions at least up to a week before they give birth. We haven't seen that from Lakipia, but we have seen other behavioral changes. So Lakipia has done a few different things like chasing other giraffes and necking them, which is not a typical Lakipia behavior. Before she was pregnant, she was actually very calm, one of our calmest giraffes. So that has gone up and up and up. That increased I don't want to be around anyone has kind of gone up, especially over the last 2 weeks. We've seen that a lot more. We've also seen her doing a lot of tail swishing. So normally we see the tail go straight out and stick straight out, but with Lakepia, it's just constantly going. So if you watch her all night long, you'll see her tail just going and going and going, which normally we could attribute to flies, but it's actually dropped in temperature here the last couple of days. So it's been down in the 60s and 70s. We don't have as many flies in the barn as we had during the warmer months. So we don't actually think that's flies. We think that could be a behavioral change for her. What we're going to watch for the day of, though, the only time that we'll really start to really watch her is when we see hooves. So that's when the vet team gets called. There's a phone tree. People are here watching her all night. Got people who stay on grounds, and so we'll be watching for that kind of stuff, and then we'll all come in and be able to help out if we need to. Hopefully everything goes perfectly well. We'll plan on keeping it live streamed the entire time. Unless something goes wrong, we'll have to make those adjustments as we go, which you guys have been super understanding about this whole time, so we really appreciate that. We're going to try to do our best to keep you guys as entertained as possible. The giraffes have 4 to 6 inches of sand, so it's about 2 tons that we move in by hand in wheelbarrows, because there's not an equipment that's big enough to get into the barn doors. So we actually have a bucket brigade and the wheelbarrow brigade of moving sand in. It's 4 to 6 inches thick, so hopefully the baby, when it comes out, it does have a 6-foot drop, so it'll have a nice cushioned landing when it lands like that. So that is one of the plans that we have for the baby. The other thing is just to monitor it getting up. So a lot of times what you will see, and so don't get worried about this, is that the mom will step on and kick the baby. So that is very normal, very typical. It's helping to get the liquid out of its lungs and stimulate movement and try to get it to stand up. So the mom should do that. That's a very natural and normal part of birth. It does take over an hour sometimes for giraffe calves, even that are super healthy, to stand up. So a lot of falling happens. They do look really weird and awkward, but that is normal for a giraffe calf.
What will we do if it gets birth in the yard?
Haha! So hopefully that won't happen. I'm gonna knock on some wood right now. We watch her every morning. We'll see signs of that. If we think birth is imminent, she won't be going outside. So that's one thing. The other thing is, if you guys have been watching Lakepia, she is great at shifting into her own stall. She knows where she's supposed to go. So if we started to see something like hooves in the main yard, all we have to do is open the door, and in theory she'll come right inside and go into her sand stall. She knows that that is where she is supposed to be at night. So usually when we shift her in with the whole herd, she'll wait by the door, and then we'll open it and she's able to go over. So a lot of our other giraffes that have been pregnant in the past, we've had to sort them through. So like you first started to see when Lakepia and Muziki were staying in those stalls, we would sort them in the main yard. We actually don't even have to do that with Lakepia anymore. She comes all the way in on her own. We don't have to worry about making sure she's certain one in line so that we can catch her in the sand stall. She actually just goes by the door and waits to go in. She likes it in there, so it works out pretty well for us.
Alright, last question. Will we go live for 201's birthday?
Yeah, let's hope so. If everything's going according to plan, we're going to stick with the live birth. We want to show you guys what we do every day and what the giraffes do and what their lives are like here at the zoo. We do try really hard to make sure that they're in really great care, so we're going to try to show you guys everything that we can. It's a pretty special thing, and we love to do it, and we know that you guys love to see it. So yeah, we're going to every effort that we can for that, but we will also just make sure that everything's nice and safe for viewers too. We want to make sure you guys are not caught off guard, or if something is going wrong, in order to protect Lakepia or some of the viewers, we might go offline, but most of our plan is to stay going forward with everything on. All right, that's it for our frequently asked questions. I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who did write in about Uzuri. We really appreciate your guys' concern. It was a rough week for us. Well, it's been, as you guys know, a pretty rough summer for everybody here at the zoo between the hailstorms and Penny and Uzuri, so we do appreciate your guys' concern. The herd is doing pretty well without her, but what you guys might not have gotten to see was that Uzuri got the same amount of care and attention that any other giraffe that would be sick, or any other animal here at the zoo would be sick, was getting. So she had, laser therapy. The vets were down all the time, just like you saw with Penny. So they all get that special care. And so we were just watching her to make sure that her quality of life was staying pretty good. And once we decided, that it wasn't that, we wanted to do her that kindness. So the herd is doing pretty well. The keeper staff is obviously very sad. So we're still working through that a little bit, but we appreciate everybody sending their kind wishes and their good thoughts this way. So yeah, thank you for joining us for our 201 Tuesday.